Welcome to the module Digital Architectonics, which is going to be taught for the first time in this coming semester. It is a joint course organized together and conceived together with the Chair for Digital Architectonics at ETH Zurich. The module is about thinking about digitalization in a big picture. That means we want to explore and see how the current contemporary forms of technology can be anchored with respect to the tradition of thinking about techniques in the tradition of architecture and architectural treatises. This module will expand a set of instruments for digital architectonics, which introduces into how the structures of thought in architecture, mathematics and philology can play together upon the background of generic information technology, big data and machine intelligence. What we are experiencing today is the emergence of new power structures on every scale, and the overarching focus of what we want to begin to explore in the courses here is how these power structures can first of all be recognized, and also how we as architects can start to think about giving them a face, making them publicly recognizable. The module consists of four core courses, 3 lectures and 1 exercise course. There will be a lecture course taught by Elias Zafiris, who is a mathematician from Athens and Budapest. His lecture course is entitled Architecture and Mathematics, and it will attend to major theorems in mathematics, not only in the recent mathematics but in the history of mathematics, and it will connect, if you want, the worldviews that are embedded in those theorems and also in the readings of those theorems. So it will be about linking mathematical thinking with cosmology. Then there is a lecture course which I will be teaching together with Ricardo Villa, who is also a colleague at the department. It is called Architecture and Philology, and here the core is to understand better the role of words and vocabulary in language and in the history of language by focusing what is usually called the problem of translation. Like we usually say, Vitruv was so unclear. For Latins he was writing in Greek, for Greek he was writing in Latin. We cannot properly translate it, and the focus we want to expand on is that concepts can never be properly translated, and we want to look at strategies and at ways of learning how to read in a rich way between different idioms, different discourses, different languages, different geographical or historical areas. Then there is going to be a lecture specifically on digitalization. Ludger Hovestad from ETH, who is teaching it, will be introducing it shortly. But before that, I want to briefly introduce the practical course, which is called Architecture and Treatises. It will be taught mainly by Helen Palmer, who is a new colleague that will join our department in November. She is a philosopher and a writer, creative writer, who has been teaching in the past years at Kingston College creative writing, and this will be part of the focus of the course. We want to join together the contents of the 3 lecture series in how architectural treatises are actually conceived and thought. So this will be an exercise course where the students will basically write a treatise, a tract on architecture today in the digitalized contemporary time in which we are living. The last lecture course now will be introduced by Ludger Hovestad.
My name is Ludger Hovestad. I'm the head of the chair of Digital Architectonics at the ETH in Zurich, and I will have this lecture class Architektur und Digitalisierung. This will be about discussing all the digital techniques around. We will enable you to get you literate in coding, and we will go to all the interesting topics, how the internet works, how these standards are, how to go on encryption, on blockchain. We will go on on graphics, on graphs, on number theory. We will go on big data, on machine intelligence, and cover the whole field of things and give you a principal understanding of how all this works and interlinks, and give you an idea of how these techniques of today are set up.
The way that this module is going to work is that all the contents of the 3 lecture courses will be provided to you online. So you are expected to watch certain clips, certain recordings for each week. We will tell you which ones, whenever you want to. And then there is one time slot of 4 hours, which is happening on each Friday between 10 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, where all of us, together with all of the tutors, the teachers, are going to discuss together. So the idea is to explore how the contents of the 3 lecture courses play together. So the main format will be discussion with regard to that, and lectures. And in all of the lecture courses, you are expected to then complete the courses with the written exam. And the exercise course on the treatises will be the creative part, where you can write your masterpiece of your current understanding. We look very much forward. Thank you.